When you truly seek with all your heart, you will find what you're looking for. This is not about a half-hearted search, a casual glance, or a moment of wishful thinking. This is about a deep, unwavering pursuit. It's about aligning your desires, your thoughts, your actions, and your faith towards something greater than yourself. Too often, people give up before they reach what they're searching for. They let distractions, disappointments, or delays convince them that it's not meant to be. But the truth is, when you seek with determination, when you chase after your purpose without wavering, you will see doors open that you never imagined possible. Think about a child searching for a lost treasure. They don't just glance around the room and say, "Oh, well, I guess it's gone." No, they get on their hands and knees. They look under every piece of furniture. They move things around. They stay focused until they find what they're looking for. That's the kind of seeking that leads to breakthroughs. That's the kind of seeking that unlocks miracles. The challenge is that most people seek for a little while and then stop. They pray once or twice. And when nothing changes, they assume the answer is no. They take a few steps forward, but when obstacles show up, they turn back. But if you want to see extraordinary results in your life, you have to have an extraordinary level of determination. You have to make up your mind that you're not going to give up until you see what you've been searching for. Maybe you've been waiting for a dream to come to pass, for a door to open, for a situation to turn around. The answer isn't in worrying, stressing, or complaining. The answer is in seeking with all your heart. It's in waking up every day with a mindset that says, "I'm not giving up, I'm not backing down. I'm going to stay faithful, stay expectant, stay in position, and I know that I will find what I'm looking for." There was a woman who had been dealing with a difficult situation for years. She tried everything in her own power to fix it, but nothing worked. One day she decided she was going to take action in a different way. She was going to seek with all her heart. She didn't just pray once and hope for the best. She got up every morning with expectation. She started declaring favor, speaking life over her situation, refusing to settle for anything less than the breakthrough she was believing for. It didn't happen overnight. She had moments where she felt tired, moments where she wondered if things would ever change. But she didn't let those doubts stop her. She kept pressing forward. And one day, suddenly, the situation turned around. What she had been searching for appeared. The door she thought was shut forever opened wide. That's the power of seeking with all your heart. When you refuse to settle, when you refuse to stop believing, when you keep showing up, things begin to shift. Delays don't mean denials. Just because you haven't seen the answer yet today, it doesn't mean it's not on the way. Stay in the fight. Stay in the pursuit. Keep seeking. Keep knocking. Keep pressing forward. Your breakthrough is closer than you think. The answers you've been waiting for, the opportunities you've been hoping for, the miracles you've been believing for, they're already lined up. But you have to do your part. You have to keep seeking. You have to stay in position. Don't let frustration talk you out of your faith. Don't let delays make you give up too soon. The right time is coming. The right opportunity is on its way. Keep seeking with all your heart. And when the time is right, you will find what you've been looking for. Doubt when you seek with all your heart. You have to be willing to trust even when you don't see immediate results. It's easy to stay motivated when everything is happening on your timeline, when doors open quickly, when things fall into place effortlessly. But real faith, real seeking means continuing to believe even when nothing seems to be changing. It means pressing forward even when the road ahead looks uncertain. It means understanding that delays are not denials and setbacks are often setups for something greater. Many times we stop too soon. We pray, we believe, we do the right things. But when the answer doesn't come as fast as we'd like, we start to question, we start to doubt, and before we know it, we give up. But what if you're just one more step away from the breakthrough? What if the answer is right around the corner, but you stop walking? This is why you have to develop a mindset that says, I'm in this for the long haul. I will not be moved by what I see, I will be moved by what I know. And I know that when I seek with all my heart, I will find what I am looking for. Think about a farmer planting seeds in the ground. He doesn't wake up the next morning and expect to see a full harvest. He knows the seed needs time to grow. He knows there's a process taking place beneath the surface that he can't see. Just because there's no visible sign of growth today doesn't mean the seed isn't working. It's only a matter of time before what's been planted begins to break through the surface. The same principle applies in life. When you are seeking, when you are believing, when you are standing in faith, things are happening behind the scenes that you can't see. Doors are being prepared. The right people are being positioned. Solutions are taking shape. But if you give up too soon, you'll never get to see the harvest. There's a story of a man who spent years digging for gold. He had read about a place where there was supposed to be a rich deposit. So he bought land, got the tools, and started digging. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months, and months into years. Still no gold. Eventually he got frustrated. He told himself, maybe it's not meant to be. Maybe I was wrong. And he quit. What he didn't realize was that he was just 3 feet away from hitting one of the largest gold deposits ever found. The next person who came along dug for a short time and uncovered what had been there all along. How many times have we been 3 feet away from what we've been searching for, but we stopped digging? How many times have we let impatience or discouragement talk us out of what was just within reach? This is why it's so important to stay the course, to keep seeking, to keep believing. Just because you don't see immediate results doesn't mean the process isn't working. Just because you don't feel like anything is happening doesn't mean things aren't shifting in your favor. The key is to stay in faith. Keep watering the seeds. Keep showing up. Keep pressing forward. The breakthrough you're waiting for is closer than you think. The answer you need is already lined up. Don't let the delays, the detours, or the doubts make you give up too soon. Keep seeking with all your heart. And at the right time and the right way, you will see things fall into place. Stay the course, stay faithful, and watch how everything begins to work in your favor. There is incredible power in seeking with all your heart and pursuing with relentless faith, and not just asking, but expecting great things to unfold in your life. Too often, people live with a passive mindset, waiting for things to happen, waiting for doors to open, waiting for circumstances to shift in their favor. But the truth is, life doesn't reward the passive, it rewards the persistent. When you seek with all your heart, you activate something supernatural. You set things in motion that were once stuck. You position yourself for the miracles that are already prepared for you. But here's the key: you can't seek halfway. You can't be half in and half out. If you want to see real transformation, real change, real breakthrough, you have to be all in. That means pushing past the distractions, the excuses, and the doubts. It means staying focused when everything around you is trying to pull you in a different direction. Too often, people give up because they don't see results fast enough. They start strong, full of enthusiasm, full of passion. But the moment they face resistance, they shrink back. The moment it takes longer than expected, they start to question if it's really meant for them. But the truth is, the greatest victories don't come without challenges. The biggest breakthroughs don't come without opposition. And the most powerful miracles don't happen overnight. Imagine a runner in a marathon. At the starting line, everyone is excited, full of energy, ready to take on the race. But as the miles go by, fatigue sets in, distractions arise, and the excitement starts to wear off. Some runners slow down, some get discouraged, and some even quit. But the ones who make it to the finish line are the ones who keep pushing even when it gets tough. They don't stop when they feel tired. They don't give up when the road seems long. They dig deep, they stay focused, and they keep moving forward. That's the same mindset you need in life. When you seek with all your heart, you can't afford to get discouraged when things don't happen immediately. You can't afford to listen to the voices that tell you it's not going to work out. You have to be like that marathon runner, determined, focused, and relentless. Think about the story of a young woman who had a vision for her life. She knew she was meant for something greater. She knew she had a purpose. But every door seemed to be closed. She applied for jobs, but the rejection letters kept coming. She put in the work, but nothing seemed to change. She had every reason to give up, to believe it wasn't meant to be. But instead of quitting, she doubled down. She refined her skills. She expanded her knowledge. She stayed in faith. One day, out of nowhere, the opportunity she had been waiting for opened up. But here's the thing, if she had stopped seeking, if she had given up just because it was taking longer than expected, she would have missed it. That's what happens when you refuse to settle, when you keep seeking with all your heart. Opportunities that seemed impossible suddenly appear. Doors that were once closed swing open. The right people, the right connections, the right resources start showing up. It's not about luck. It's not about chance. It's about persistence. It's about staying the course even when it's hard, even when it doesn't make sense, even when you feel like giving up. Because when you seek with all your heart, when you pursue your purpose with unwavering faith, you will always find what you're looking for. So keep pressing forward, keep believing, keep seeking, keep expecting. The breakthrough is coming. The answer is on its way. And the miracle you've been waiting for is closer than you think. There is power in expectation. What you seek with all your heart, you will find. But the challenge is too many people seek with conditions, with hesitations, with a mindset that says, I'll believe it when I see it. They wait for the proof before they have faith. They wait for the evidence before they commit fully. But life doesn't work like that. If you want to witness the extraordinary, you have to first believe without seeing. You have to trust the process, even when you don't understand the timing. Think about a farmer planting seeds in the ground. He doesn't put the seed in the soil one day and expect a tree the next. He knows there's a process. He waters it, nurtures it, gives it sunlight, protects it from weeds, and patiently waits. But here's the key, he doesn't just wait passively. He waits with expectation. He doesn't dig up the seed every day to check if it's growing. He trusts that beneath the surface something is happening. Even though he can't see the roots taking hold, even though nothing is visible yet, he believes that in the right season the harvest will come. That's the mindset you need when you seek your breakthrough. Just because you don't see anything happening right now doesn't mean nothing is happening. Just because the door hasn't opened yet doesn't mean it's not being prepared for you. Too often people get discouraged in the waiting season. They think, I've been believing, I've been praying, I've been working hard, but I don't see anything changing. That's when many give up, not realizing they were right on the edge of their breakthrough. It's like climbing a mountain. The higher you go, the steeper the incline, the harder it gets. There are moments when you feel like stopping, moments when you think maybe this is far enough. But what if you're just one step away from reaching the top? What if you're closer than you think? That's why you can't give up now. That's why you have to keep seeking, keep expecting, keep pressing forward. Your miracle is in motion. Your breakthrough is on the way. And your harvest is coming. But you have to keep doing your part, showing up every day, keeping a positive attitude, refusing to be discouraged by what you don't see yet. There's a story of a man who wanted to start his own business. He had a dream, a vision, but every attempt seemed to fail. He invested everything he had, time, energy, resources, but the results weren't coming. People around him told him to quit, that maybe it wasn't meant to be. He had every reason to walk away. But instead, he kept believing, he kept working, kept refining his strategy, kept pushing forward. Then, when he least expected it, an opportunity opened up. A connection was made, a door swung open, and everything changed. Looking back, he realized that if he had given up even a day earlier, he would have missed it. That's the power of expectation. When you stay in faith, when you keep seeking with all your heart, when you refuse to let circumstances dictate your belief, you will always end up exactly where you're meant to be. So don't let doubt creep in. Don't let delays make you think it's not happening. Don't let setbacks convince you to settle for less. Keep pressing forward, keep believing, keep expecting. The right people, the right opportunities, the right doors, they're all aligning in your favor. You may not see it yet, but trust that it's coming. Your time is near. Your breakthrough is closer than you think. And the miracle you've been waiting for is already in motion. Keep seeking with all your heart, and you will see it come to pass. There is something powerful about a determined heart. When you set your heart on something and refuse to let go, nothing can stop you. The problem is too many people start strong but let discouragement creep in. They get excited at the beginning, full of passion and expectation. But when things don't happen as quickly as they'd like, they start to waver. They let doubt take over. They start asking, is this even worth it? Am I wasting my time? What if it never happens? But that's exactly when you need to press in even harder. That's exactly when you need to stay the course and refuse to be shaken. When you're seeking something with all your heart, you can't afford to have one foot in and one foot out. You can't say, I believe one day and maybe not the next. You have to be all in, fully committed, fully expecting, fully believing, even when there's no evidence in sight. Think about a gold miner. He digs and digs, breaking through rock, chipping away day after day. He's heard there's gold in that land. He believes it's there. But after weeks of digging with no results, he starts to question if it was ever there to begin with. What he doesn't know is that he's just 3 feet away from striking the gold vein. If he quits now, if he walks away thinking it's pointless, someone else will come along, pick up where he left off, and reap the reward. That's what happens when people give up too soon. They don't realize how close they are. They don't realize that just beyond their last effort is the breakthrough they've been waiting for. Don't be that person who stops short. Don't let impatience talk you out of your promise. You have to keep seeking, keep believing, keep pushing forward even when everything in you says, this isn't working. The truth is, just because you don't see the results yet doesn't mean it's not happening. The process is at work. The foundation is being laid. Things are shifting in the unseen. Too often, people look at their circumstances and let them dictate their faith. They say, I don't see any change, so it must not be happening. But that's not how it works. A seed planted in the ground doesn't sprout overnight. You don't see the roots growing beneath the surface, but that doesn't mean they're not there. If you dig up the seed every day to check its progress, you'll never let it grow. The same goes for your dreams, your prayers, your breakthroughs. You have to trust that things are happening even when you don't see them yet. Some of the greatest breakthroughs come right after the hardest seasons, when it feels like everything is against you, when it feels like the pressure is too much. That's when you're closest to a shift. That's when you need to stand your ground and refuse to back down. It's not the time to shrink back. It's the time to push forward with even more determination. You have to live with an expectation that says, I know it's coming. I know things are shifting. I may not see it yet, but I'm not moved by what I see. I'm moved by what I believe. That's the kind of mindset that will take you to places you never imagined. That's the kind of faith that unlocks the doors you've been knocking on. So don't let doubt talk you out of what's meant for you. Don't let delays make you settle for less. Keep seeking, keep believing, keep expecting. Your breakthrough is closer than you think. The right doors are opening, the right people are aligning, the right opportunities are being prepared. Stay the course, refuse to be discouraged, and watch how things begin to fall into place. Keep seeking with all your heart. And you will witness the miracle unfold. When you seek something with all your heart, you don't do it casually. You don't do it half-heartedly, hoping it will happen someday. No, you go after it with determination, with passion, with an unshakable belief that it will come to pass. That's the kind of mindset that unlocks breakthroughs. That's the kind of attitude that brings supernatural results. But too often people start strong and then let distractions, discouragement, or doubt creep in. They pray for a while, believe for a while, but when they don't see results on their timeline, they start backing off. They lose their fire, their intensity, their expectation. And before they know it, they've settled for less than what was meant for them. But here's the key. Seeking with all your heart means you don't give up when it gets hard. You don't throw in the towel when things don't go your way. You don't let setbacks, delays, or detours shake your faith. No. You press in even more. You dig deeper. You keep knocking, keep praying, keep believing, because you know that something is shifting even when you can't see it yet. Think about a runner in a marathon. At the starting line, they're full of energy, excited, ready to take on the race. But as they go mile after mile, fatigue starts to set in. Their legs get heavy, their breathing gets labored, and that little voice in their head starts whispering, maybe I should just stop. Maybe I wasn't meant to finish this. But the runners who push past that moment, the ones who refuse to give in to those thoughts, they find a second wind. They get that extra strength to finish strong. The breakthrough comes not at the start, but in the middle of the struggle, when they decide they won't give up. The same is true for the challenges in life. The greatest victories don't come when everything is easy, when everything is going according to plan. No, they come when you're tired, when you feel like quitting, when you don't see a way forward, but you keep pressing on anyway. That's when doors open. That's when the favor shows up. That's when the breakthrough happens. You have to be relentless in your faith, unshakable in your belief, and unwavering in your expectation. You can't let what you see in the natural talk you out of what you know in your heart. Just because it hasn't happened yet doesn't mean it's not on the way. Just because you don't see a change doesn't mean the process isn't working. A tree doesn't grow overnight. You don't see the roots forming under the ground, but they're there. You don't see the branches stretching, the leaves forming, the fruit coming to life. But it's all part of the process. If you keep watering the seed, keep nurturing it, keep trusting that it will grow, one day you'll look up and see the tree standing tall. The same is true for your dreams, your prayers, your breakthroughs. They may not be visible yet, but that doesn't mean they're not in motion. When you live with this mindset, you stop worrying about when and how. You stop letting delays discourage you. Instead, you say, I know what's meant for me is already in motion. I know what I've been believing for is on its way. I may not see it yet, but I trust that things are shifting in my favor. That's the kind of faith that moves mountains. That's the kind of determination that brings miracles. So don't back off. Don't shrink back. Don't let fear, doubt, or discouragement talk you out of what's meant for you. Keep seeking with all your heart. Keep expecting, keep believing, keep moving forward. Your breakthrough is closer than you think. The doors are opening. The right people are aligning. The opportunities are being prepared. Stay the course, stand firm in your faith, and watch as the miracles unfold before your very eyes.